Hey YouTube, it's good to see you guys again. This is Clayster here. Obviously, making another video for you guys today. This one's another vlog. I've been trying to do more vlogs lately, not uploading too many gameplays because I want to get used to talking in front of the camera, sitting in my house, thinking up ideas for you guys to talk about, and consistently uploading the vlog side of me because a lot of you guys seem to appreciate the vlogs more than you like just the gameplays. And of course, I'll continue doing gameplays. It's just at the moment, I want to kind of be on a vlog streak and just talk about a bunch of things that I want to talk about that I've been meaning to talk about since regionals, basically. So this one right here is basically, I'll go ahead and start it off. This is going to talk about our league matches last night and the 5K tournament on Sunday night. So I'll start off with our league matches last night. We had a disappointing performance on the night, going 1-2. We played Evil Geniuses to begin with. Ended up getting a free first map because Karma was updating his Xbox. It took too long. The MLG admins made us start the game 3v4, and we beat them like 346-0 or something on Strike Zone Dom. But it was a free map. We tried not to take it. They forced us to start the game 3v4. We were gonna even have one of our teammates leave and do 3v3, but we figured, why should we, we're here, they're not, so screw it. Then we went into a game 2. It was a really close game, and we only lost it because we lost a 1v2 and a 1v3. It was just poor communication between all of us. I think we don't play close enough together when we're in a number situation. We're really good at 2v4s because the two players always stick together and they push out. We're really good at clutching 1v2s, 1v3s, but it's when we have numbers versus one guy, we tend to spread too far out and let him just pick us off one by one instead of letting use our teammates to help trade that kill, which is what you should do in any clutch situation. Going on to game 3. We lost to Octane Blitz to them again. We're going to have to figure something out. They have a completely, slightly altered play style than what we're used to seeing, but we'll have to adapt and be able to change our play style to counter their play style, and so we'll definitely get that done before X Games. Going into 4th map, we actually had a really close game here. It was really fun. You guys should go back and check that one out if you want to watch it. It was really entertaining. And then going into game 5, we lost 6-0. It's like, all right. It sucks, getting to the game 5 and losing 6-0 like that. It's the second time, maybe even the third time that Complexity's done that to us, or Evil Geniuses, whatever. It's a little frustrating, but hopefully, I think we just need to play more. I think we're a little too predictable in our setups and the way we do things. I think we need to be a little more unpredictable, especially if we go down 0-3. Then we need to be able to do something that works, so we can bring it back. Like, we can't go down 0-3 and then just say, oh, the game's over. We lost half of it. The other half's done. I know firsthand you can come back from 0-5 to 6-5 in a tournament, so you're never really out. You always just keep trying to switch things up. Don't just do the same thing that's not working over and over and over and over. And so then we ended up losing that one. We had a second match against Team Caliber. It was really fun for us. It was really pretty decently good games. We ended up beating them 3-0. It's really good for us in map count. As long as we don't lose 0-3 on the day, going like 0-3, 0-3, 0-3, we're looking in pretty good shape for the Anaheim bracket. Obviously, we're going to have a couple good days coming up in here. So with that being said, we went into our final match of the night, which was against FaZe Black, and they had host advantage on us, but we had host advantage on them. I'm sorry. And so we were expecting that it was going to be a battle of the hosts, and that would be who determines who wins every map. First map was Sovereign Domination. As you guys know, that's not exactly our best map, and we just need to work on a few things on that. I think we need to play to our strengths more than we need to play to cover our weaknesses. I think we're a really weak team on B, making those situational plays on B to get those kills that you need to get. And I really just feel like we need to play a little more our style instead of a little more the way everybody else plays. I'm going to try and talk to my team about this, but we haven't exactly had a really good scrim session in a long time. We've been playing these league matches, we've been playing these tournaments, but we haven't exactly scrimmed for all the dom maps, all the blitz maps against another good team all in a row in a while. And I really feel like, I think since the Optic Land before Niagara is the last time we did that. So almost 2 weeks now, that it may have even been 2 weeks now, that we've scrimmed together as a team. So I really think that's a really big factor here. Playing these league matches, your tempers or your energy is high, your adrenaline's going because these matches matter, and it's hard to take things objectively and with a grain of salt in these league matches and in these tournament matches. I see all these people getting angry at us for like not doing a certain thing a certain way or consistently doing something bad. But you have to remember it's hard to take these things objectively when you're in the middle of the match while you're playing. And we do talk about all this stuff off stream. We really do. Like we got off stream the other night and we talked about some things, and we continually text each other about things. And even though we don't do it on stream doesn't mean we're not doing it. I think people need to realize it's a little hard to be level-headed when you have, 2 to 12,000 people watching you, and on top of that, a whole nother slew of people on Twitter that are going to say stuff. And obviously, we put that all out of our heads, and we don't even pay attention to any of it. But it's better to not even open the door for it, to just keep the door closed. And first off, I think I do a decent job of admitting my mistakes, but obviously, I have my flaws too. I get emotional and upset too, just like any human does. And but I'll be the first to admit that. I apologize for it, and I always try and fix my attitude and don't do it again. So, with that being said, we went into this FaZe Black match, and going into the second game, we again choked the Warhawk S&D. We were up 4-1, and then we continued doing what we'd been doing the previous 5 rounds, and we didn't really switch it up. And I kept trying to say, like, hey, I need help. Hey, I need help. Like, they kept sending guys to A, and they didn't go A once. And even though they're like, oh, well, I think they might go A this time, which it does work, and the flank does work sometimes. I just need to figure out a situation or a place for me to sit at when my team does a certain strategy, which will allow me to stay alive. So it's little things like that you recognize after seeing these league matches, and I'll know now for X Games. Like I said, these league matches matter, but what really matters in the end is the X Games, at least coming up, and then after that Anaheim, which is what these league matches are for. So it's like you kind of have to worry about both of them at the same time, but one does take priority over the other just because it's at a later date. And so then we actually had a really good performance on Freight Blitz on our host. We brought it back on him. I think on the second side we held him to 1 cap. We went 9-1 on that second side. Everybody had a pretty good game. I really was impressed. And then we had a really exciting Octane Dom match. We played FaZe Black on Octane Dom, and it was one of the most fun matches I've ever played. It was just random running around, people fighting everywhere, just crazy game. We ended up winning that by like 5 points. Proofy had a sick 3-piece right at the end to win the game. I did some nice defensive work on the flag right at the end. I got 2 kills up close with an AR to win the game. And we had some great plays on the home flag from the other 2. So it was a really exciting game. And then we brought it to Freight S&D, where we went up 5-4, and then Saints was in a 1v4, and he was on offense on Freight, and he killed 3 of us, and Nate Shot team killed me. So it was technically a 1v4 to bring it to 5-5. It was partly my fault I jumped out in front of his bullets, and it was partly his fault for not stopping shooting when I said I was jumping out. So we both take blame for that one. There was, it was just miscommunication, maybe a misplay on my part. Just a couple factors, and then when it was a 1v2, they didn't group up, and like I was talking about earlier in the video, which is something we need to start learning how to do. Went to 5-5, had defense again, and then just ended up choking the round. I lost at 6-5. Those two matches where a 1v3 or higher determined the difference between going 3-0 on the day and 1-2. So it's literally little things that are preventing us from having flawless days, being really good. And I think everybody needs to kind of stop worrying about it, because, like I said, they're little things that'll just come in time with us with us practicing more and us just talking about these things and fixing them. And so I'm really excited to see the improvement and the morale go up from the fan base. Excuse me. Because right now everybody seems a little upset, and just know that we're working on it and we're trying to fix it. So leading into at the end of our day yesterday, I'll actually talk about the 5K in another video because this one's running kind of long right now. But I want to actually screw it. I'll just talk about it. So we played the 5K the other day. We made it to the finals. We had a really good run, 3-0ing some pretty decent teams. We only lost one map until the finals, which was to Optic Nation. We lost the first map versus them, and then ended up going 3-0 on them. I remember we beat another good team. I can't remember who it was. I think it was like Curse Black or somebody like that. I really can't remember because it's long days when you play those 5Ks. And then we made it to the finals where we played. Oh no, we played Curse Black in the finals. That's where it was. So we play them in the finals, and we get absolutely obliterated. Like it felt like I was shooting someone, and I'd be like, bah, 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 bah. And then he'd be like, oh, someone's shooting me? He just shoots a bazooka at me. And, no, I'm not one to complain about connection and about, warrioring and stuff like that. But when you look at LAN and you see the performance that we had against them at LAN and that we've had against them at LAN previously at regionals, if anybody can remember that too, you know that we are the better, or we're the least connection-based team because we don't all live in a team house. Even the internet at the team house isn't even that good because it's in Chicago. And, like, people think that just because it's a team house, automatically Proofy and Nate have an advantage. But it's not always the case because sometimes, like, for example, when we played Evil Geniuses yesterday in the league, Karma's ping was out of this world. It was at like 150 ping. He was like skipping around the map. You'd think that wouldn't help him, but in some kills, in some situations, that skip, it creates lag compensation where he can kill you even though you're aiming at a corner, he skips around it, and then you're shooting him, but then on his screen he's already back, so it tries to it tries to compensate for the lag, and then it kills you. So it's like, no matter how good your internet is or how bad your internet is, it all matters how close you are to your teammates. That's basically the only thing that matters. And everybody's like, oh, well, Proofy and Nate Shot are in the same house. Yeah, but they're on two different lines, so they have to ping out to the server, and then the server has to ping back to them. It's still a 60 millisecond ping or something like that. Whereas at the Curse team house, I was talking to Mud Dog, and he was saying how they have like one 250 business line for this room and another 250 business line for this room. So then it's like they're all in one router and they're all plugged into one line. So their ping is through the router, not so it's going to the router and then back to them, not or modem, whatever the router to the modem, then back to the router and then to them. Whereas instead of pinging across 50 miles, it's only pinging across a few feet, and that really really matters. It's very apparent how much it matters. And I'm not saying they're not a good team, because they are a really good team, and they deserve to be at COD champs over a lot of those other teams there. And they perform well at tournaments. They took Envy to last map 5-5. I'm not saying they're a bad team. I'm just saying it's a really difficult time playing against them with how good their internet is and how it's set up. With that being said, this is an excuse. They did destroy us. I'd like to play them again. Maybe at we'll see where. But every time we play them online, I think we do have to play them again sometime soon online. And I think I'm just really excited to play them when And I can't even really say that that they're a warrior team, because they're not. They've had good placings at LAN, and I just want to play them online and record some of the stuff for you guys to show you. There's already videos floating around on the internet. You guys, I'm sure, can check them out. But that's just what I wanted to say on that. Everybody's like, oh, they're good. They made it to the finals and they choked. It's like, well, it's really hard to make it to the finals and then just get obliterated because you've been playing all day. You've had a 9-hour stream. Now you got to get on this internet and play and try and just lead your bullets because you can't even shoot anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It's already running way too long. I think it's like 15 minutes right now. I kind of just ran off there on a tangent. I'll try and keep them shorter for you guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Much love. Peace.